Don't clap yet, you haven't heard what I've got to say. Thank you, Richard. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Board of Governors, faculty, staff, special guests joining us today, and of course, the most important folks before us, you, our graduates. I'm honored to be here today. I say it quite often, Convocation is my favorite day of the academic calendar. It's the day I look most forward to, not just because I actually get to play the pipes as part of my job, but because of all of your accomplishments and the celebration of what you've done and the joy and the energy that takes place from the start of the day until the end of Convocation. It's also a time to reflect, I think, upon the journey that each and every one of you have taken. And time for you to look forward to the future, and I can assure you the many, many wonderful opportunities that exist for you. So I'm thrilled to have the honor to shake all of your hands today. Today's a day to enjoy yourselves, take pride in the accomplishments and the struggles you went through to get here. So relax, have fun, take a deep breath, it's your day. Let's have a lot of handshakes, high fives, celebrations, and hooping and hollering as you walk across the stage, because each and every one of you certainly deserve it. But as you proudly wear your caps and gowns and your hoods, and take a look around, because the hoods represent different degree programs, and you'll see on the stage, you'll see different faculty members have different hoods from their terminal degrees, and it's really a celebration. It's the colors that actually goes back to medieval times and the religious robes. But take a look around and enjoy the colors and the diversity of different programs people have graduated from here today and on the stage from your faculty and the different universities they come from. But as you do that, reflect that part of what you're wearing with your hoods and your robes and your caps is a reflection of the past and the tradition of post-secondary education, which is incredibly important, and that is the pursuit of knowledge. And don't forget that, because you spent the last few years thinking about that, gaining knowledge and becoming more and more intellectually curious. And that's a wonderful thing that I want you to keep. Now, I know that most of you didn't make this journey alone. Your loved ones made many sacrifices to help get you where you are right now today. And you in turn have come to understand the value of not only accepting help, but of offering it to others in return. So even though you may owe your family, your loved ones, your friends, and acquaintances you may owe them for their continuous support, I suspect that not everyone wants to be paid back in kind, with the possible exception of the bank of mom and dad. But I'll leave that to those bankers to negotiate those terms with you. But I do know that they would appreciate it if you could pay it forward to somebody else. And as you go on in your careers and throughout, remember what others have given to you these 4 years and give it to others back as you go through the same type of support that they will need in the future. And in that way, my impression is that those who help you will live on with those who you support in the future. So congratulations. To the parents, guardians, families, friends, spouses, family members, and friends who are with us today, you should feel very proud and have a great deal of satisfaction in your role in getting people here today on the floor to graduate. And when I say proud, I appreciate there's different kinds of pride you might feel. Some of you may have gone through university and you remember your undergraduate experiences. I dare say some of you might think about your undergraduate experiences, mom and dad, and shudder to think of your sons and daughters having the same ones. But again, I won't talk about that. For many of us, we have to appreciate that the undergraduate experience we had is very different than the one that students face today and graduates face today. Technology, pedagogy have changed. The world is much more global. International experiences, the immediacy of news, knowledge of the challenges across the globe are more pressing today than ever before. So we need to appreciate that what students face when they graduate today is very different than what we did, and how that will help them in tackling the challenges in the future. And there may be some of you who've not experienced university, and so you're sitting very proud that you've been able to give your sons and daughters that experience. Be proud of them. These individuals sitting on the floor were a select group of individuals when they arrived at Mount Royal, and they're even more privileged now today to be leaving it with their Mount Royal parchment. My own parents left school at far too young an age, 14 and 16, and never had the opportunity for post-secondary education, and they were incredibly proud when they saw me walk across the stage with my undergraduate degree. But in a very humbling way, a few days later when I was visiting them at their home, my dad said, "You know, just because you got a BA, you still have to close the darn fridge door." It's a good reminder to keep us humble, even despite all of our great accomplishments. Whatever the emotion, parents, family, friends, loved ones, witnessing these graduates end one chapter of life and begin another should be an exciting time for you as well as it is for them, particularly mom and dad if they don't move back home. But I'd ask that all our graduands rise. I want you to turn to the people who are here for you today. I want you to wave to them, and then I want you to give them a hand and thank them for their role in getting you here today. Now don't sit down quite yet, because there's another group I want to thank. As many of you know, as all of you know who are graduating today, part of your university experience has been guided by the incredible faculty that you've had the honor to sit in classes with. One of the reasons Mount Royal is Canada's premier undergraduate institution, and we can make that claim, is because the tremendous dedication and cutting-edge teaching skill pedagogy and concern of our faculty towards your success. So I want you to thank the faculty on the stage who are here to help celebrate you and your success today. Faculty, thank you. Now you can sit back down. Many of you are probably wondering what's next and where do you go from here? Well, I can't answer that question specifically for each and every one of you. I can do my best to provide some insight that I hope you will find of use as you embark upon your journey. Yes, this is your day. This is a great day. But as you know, for the past few years, not every day has been a great day. Many of your undergraduate careers could probably be summed up by that song that I have in my head, but I couldn't tell you who wrote it. I get knocked down, I get back up again. I get knocked down, I get back up again. Guess what, graduates? It ain't over. It's going to happen again and again as you go through life. But part of what will make you strong and successful is the times you've been able to go through it here and realize that the valleys aren't nearly so low because you know you will get back up again and feel the peaks. And as you go through life, and as you go through many of your different careers, think about that and think about others around you who are in those valleys and need your help to get back up to the peaks. As our newest group of alumni, it's important to remember that universities are not just places from which you graduate, never to return. It's a place which ideally you will continue to have a connection with. It's my hope that Mount Royal continues to play a role in your life for years to come. If you remain in the Calgary area, join this tremendous athletic facility, recreation facility. Bring your kids eventually to the conservatory. Take some continuous education courses. Continually learn and grow. If you leave Calgary area, join the Alumni Association. Be an active member of the Alumni Association. Just know Mount Royal will always have a place for you, and as Mount Royal graduates, you will always be part of our rich history. I truly believe at Mount Royal that we are in the business of not just graduating smarter people, we do that, but we also help create and graduate engaged citizens. And today, this rite of passage is just one important element of citizenship you will take on. I want to use a quote from Tom Brokaw, the U.S. newscaster, when he was giving an address in a commencement in the United States, and he said the following: "You are educated. Your certification is your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to the good life, but let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as a ticket to change the world." What a great quote. So think about that. Your parchment is not the end. You have earned it, it is yours, but it is not the end. It's the challenge for you to continue to work hard, not just for yourself, but for your community and country. So take your parchment and hang it on your wall at home. Let it serve as a reminder of how fortunate you are to have had this experience, this knowledge, and this opportunity, and how important it is that you don't squander this privilege by thinking only of yourselves in the future. A rising tide does indeed lift all boats, and you as Mount Royal alumni and graduates are an important part and have an important responsibility to keep that tide rising. Engage in your community. Give back. If Mount Royal has engaged you, inspired learning, and fed your intellectual curiosity, then I believe we've done our job. I hope you all leave today as members of a broader community, and by that, I mean reaching out and engaging with fellow Albertans, Canadians, and people around the world on the largest and smallest of issues. On behalf of everyone at Mount Royal, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to play a role in helping you to become the extraordinary citizens you are today and the contributing citizens I know you will be in the future. Thank you. Let's have fun this afternoon.